let's do this. What's up, Twig Town, by the way? Hello, people. Another beautiful day. Yep. Hope your 5 senses work, health, and strength is good. What? What's up, gamers? We back it again. Still talking about this Activision Blizzard deal here. So, Sony, you only got 5.1 billion left? I'm wondering if this is one of your quarterly earnings report. But anyway, listen to this. What's up, Twig Town? Anyway, listen to this article. Sony has 5.1 billion left to spend on strategic investments in the acquisitions. Anyway, Sony still has 5.1 billion left to spend on investment, acquisition, and share buyback, but not all of this is earmarked for the PlayStation gaming. It says here, as Microsoft prepared to spend 68.7 billion to acquire Activision Blizzard, Sony management confirmed that it has 5 billion left to make strategic investments in acquisitions. Keep going here. It says here, every 4 years, Sony board of directors create a new mid-range plan that set a spending budget for the period. Sony current mid-range plan has authorized the company to spend 2 trillion yens, and then in parentheses it says about 14.6 billion in today's conversation rate. Yeah, Sony got money, people. Anyway, close parentheses. On acquisitions and investment, business expansion and share buyback, the coffer haven't run out yet, and Sony still has multiple billions of dollars to spend. Yeah, that means they got money to buy Activision Blizzard, but they didn't do it. But anyway, says here, Sony's new president, Hiroki Totoki, has confirmed that 1.3 trillion yen has been spent so far, leaving 700 billion, then it says in parentheses, or 5.1 billion. That can be spent from April 2023 to March 2024. This remainder does reflect the 3.7 billion that Sony spent to acquire Bungie. Also remember that this value is for all of Sony Corp, not just PlayStation. However, Totoki does say that he wants to continue making investments in Sony 3 entertainment segment. So we could see another gaming acquisition. Then it says in black, we have spent almost 1.3 trillion yens in the last few years. We have another year more, and we would like to generate more than 3 trillion yen cash flow in 3 years' time. Then it says Sony Corp President and COO said in recent Morgan Stanley Technology Conference. Anyway, let's keep going here. It says here, next fiasco year is the last fiasco year in the current mid-range plan. We will allocate the operating cash flow to strategic investment and capital expenditure, as well as share buyback. And it shows a chart here, Fort mid-range plan capital allocation. Then it says here, our priority for strategic investment will not change going forward, and we expect to make 2 trillion yens or more in strategic investment during the period of the Fort mid-range plan. These investments will be funded by the 3.1 trillion yen in consolidated operating cash flow, excluding the financial service segment, that we expect to generate during the period of the plan. Sony has money, people. They were never broke. Let's just set the record straight here. Anyway, it says to be clear, Sony likely will not spend the entire remaining 5.1 billion on a video game acquisition. The mid-range plan budget is spent across 3 key areas. Here we go. First one, IP/direct to consumer. This includes major video game studio acquisitions like Insomniac Games and Bungie, as well as entertainment buyout like the Funimation acquisition. Sony large 1 billion investment in Epic Games. That's talking about the Unreal Engine investment. is also an example, and so is the recent 30% share purchase in From Software. Number 2, technology. This includes Sony purchase of cloud streaming network Gaikai, which is the infrastructure that powers its PlayStation game streaming, as well as Sony acquisition of audio expert at Audio Kinetic. Number 3, share repurchases. Sony routinely spends billions of dollars on share buyback. This increased the value of company stock by reducing the overall amount of shares outstanding. Nice article, by the way, Tweakdown. Anyway, it says here, then it shows the strategic investment, IP, then technology, and then number 3 is Sony. IP is like Pure Flix, Insomniac, Billy, Epic. Then technology is Gaikai, Altair, Audio Kinetics, and then number 3 is all Sony. Share repurchases. Then it says here, our strategic investment in order of priority have been in IP, DTC technology, and Sony in the form of share repurchases. Okay, number 4. Totoki affirms that entertainment is a great area for investment due to the high probability of successful returns. This especially true for the PlayStation video game division, which has delivered record-breaking revenues and stellar operating profits throughout the year. Then it says here in all black, I would like to continue to make investments towards entertainment areas. And then it says we have games and network service, music, and pictures. These 3 entertainment areas are good places to make investment and expect good return. We will continue to make investments towards our capital expenditure and our imaging and sensing solution business as well. And that's the end of the article. So this article just gives a summary of how Sony spends its money when it comes to the Sony brand, whether it's through video games, entertainment. They do it in three three key areas. See here, where is it at? 3 key areas here. Where is it? Okay. It says they have a mid-range plan for capital allocation. Then they have a strategic investment in IP, technology, and then Sony. IP is like Orchard, Sony ATV, Insomniac, BeatStars, Billy, Epic, PureFlix, AWOL. Technologies Gaikai, Soft Kinetic, Altair, Contar, Audio Kinetic, and Nivion, and a couple others. That I can't even see. And then number 3 is Sony. So Sony, this article, remember some of the information is redacted, so Tweakdown can only work with what they can work with. So but this just give an overall strategic plan on how Sony spend their money, and within a 3 to 5 year period, and they have money to spend, man. They have money to spend, and they only got like based on the money they have left right now for like April 2023. Where is it? April 2023 to March 2024. They only have 5.1 billion left. But remember, there's also the quarterly earnings report that have every quarter. There's 4 quarters within a year, so there's always the quarterly earnings report. So while they have 5.1 billion to spend right now, there's more money coming in on the next quarterly report. Then there's more money coming in on the next quarterly report. So it's a constant. It's the wheel is always turning at Sony when it comes to money. But they invest in 3 key areas, and based on the chart, man. That's how Sony was making their money back in the entertainment field. and that's like years of years of between the PlayStation 1 from PlayStation 1 on up. You know, that's years of like critical thinking and economic analysis, all that lumped into one, man. But they have money to spend, man, when it's all said and done. You know, but what good is this to Microsoft now? Yeah, we'll see what, because I mean, they still got the FTC to deal with. So, can Microsoft use this in the courts against Sony? They could, but the question, but now the question becomes now, okay, what good is this? What good is this now? I mean, to the FTC, if you know, if Microsoft is going at them, you know. But this sounds like Sony, you know, this article is a pretty good article, and it just shows how, you know, Sony does business in the technology field, you know, and where their money is going and where it's coming from, you know. So yeah, and you know, it looks, this article looks like a quarterly report to me, you know. It looks like, that's what it looks like. But then, you know, there's a quarterly earnings report that happens every quarter, you know. So yeah, that money just keeps coming in like this. But we'll see what can Microsoft do with this information now, you know, with their case against the FTC, you know, because they remember the FTC kind of rushed to judgment when it came to Microsoft. So Microsoft, they got support in this, you know, from you know, from the shareholders, from the employees, you know, from the public, you know, from countries like, you know, Serbia, Saudi Arabia, Chile, Brazil, you know, Nvidia, you know, Valve is just a spectator. Tencent is just a spectator. So Microsoft is not in they're not in this battle alone, you know. So this case should be over by between summer or the end of the year. So a lot more can turn out from this. This is we're just in what, today's what, March the 11th. A lot can happen within the next next 20 days, man. So before March is over, you know. So more to come, man. But this article shows how Sony makes their money and their investments, man, and where it's coming from, and how they spend it, and where it's going. And yeah, but this Activision Blizzard situation, man, you know, they were out in the open, so Nintendo could have jumped at Activision Blizzard. They didn't do it. Sony could have jumped at Activision Blizzard while they got the Call of Duty contract. They didn't do it. Then there's Amazon. Then there's Google. Then there's Take-Two. Can't forget about them. Then there's Tencent. So yeah, Activision Blizzard was just up for grabs basically, and everybody's mad at Microsoft that Microsoft bought them. But hey, like they say on Call of Duty Black Ops 4, first come, first serve. So yeah, Activision Blizzard was up for grabs, man. So Microsoft just beat everybody to the punch with this, and here we are. But this little report, it just really shows how Sony is making their money in the technology and video games, man. Nice little article too, you know. So yeah. But anything else that comes up on this, I'll let you guys know. You know? So yeah, I'll make a video out of it. But Sony make good money, man. You know, the $1 billion that they spend on Epic, that was for the Unreal Engine. I think it was like for 1%. You know. So yeah. Bungie was another. I think they spent what? I think they spent like $5 to $3 billion on it, on Bungie. You know. But But then Bungie said they don't want to be I think they in the contract they told Sony they don't want to be owned. They don't want to be owned by Sony. Even though Sony purchased Bungie, Bungie didn't give Bungie did not didn't give all their power to Sony. They still got some power. So Bungie still when they make the next Destiny, Bungie is still gonna put it on different platforms. It's not like Bungie is exclusive to Sony. So exclusively, even though Sony purchased them, you know, Bungie told Sony that you know, they don't want to be like owned or something of that sort. So when they come out with the next Destiny, it can be on any platform. So yeah, but oh yeah, but Sony makes good money in this gaming industry. You know, they make real good money in this video game industry. And this is just to me, this article is like a rough draft of what they really, you know, or just give you like a little summary of, you know, of what how their money is being spent. Anyway, I'm gonna leave this video for y'all to enjoy it. Nice talking to you people again. Chris, still a Star Wars and Star Trek thing. Bored, dark side. Peace.